Hey everybody, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here, and today we have to talk about Twitter, specifically former President of the United States, Donald J. Trump's presence on said platform. I don't think he's coming back to Twitter. Here's why, and this is what's up. So basically, by now you know that Elon Musk, he now owns Twitter. He did a poll asking the general Twitter population if they wanted the former president back. Obviously, that poll was ridden by bots, according to all cybersecurity research into this, because Twitter is rife with bots. The former president, Donald Trump, won that poll by 1.8%. Basically, 51.8% of respondents, bots or otherwise, said, "Come on back, Mr. President." Now, here's why he is not coming back anytime soon. And this actually, I think, is an important one. If he comes back, it would completely tank Truth Social. This is the social media platform that he essentially owns or is the head of. And so if you're asking yourself, well, yeah, who cares? I mean, it's Truth Social. This is Twitter. This is Twitter. This is why this is relevant. He's trying to make Truth Social a publicly traded company that has an estimated cap of around $1 billion or so. So if Truth Social tanks, that could potentially cost him a ton of money. He's not monetizing Twitter in the same way that he is potentially monetizing a social media platform that he owns. That is a big difference. Now, on top of that, and not only that, there would be lawsuits from investors basically of Truth Social, who were told and were banking on Truth Social being the only home for the former president's online voice, meaning sure, he'll do interviews, he'll show up in videos on interviews of whatever he does, but his actual quote unquote tweeting would now be truthing, and that was the only thing he was going to be using. That was the big draw for investors. And so if he jumps ship and starts tweeting, that's a huge thing. That's a broken promise. And when we are talking about, filing for public companies under the SEC or any other standard, FTC and all of that, that's going to launch investigations. That's going to launch lawsuits. That's going to be a huge thing. So does he want to go back to Twitter? Hell yes, he does. I mean, think about this. Truth Social has only something like 2 or 3 million active users, and that's in total. That's not just his followers. That's the entire platform. Trump's Twitter following, once he got re-enabled a few days ago, has been spiking up and up and up as everybody starts following him again. And he's basically at 87.6 million followers and growing. He's approaching 100 million followers, on par with Elon Musk and some of the other massive names on that platform. And so absolutely, I mean, if he wants his voice out there, and that the former president does now that he's declared his candidacy, Twitter is obviously a much wider platform. It's a much better shot at telling the world what he thinks. Most people, except if you're an ardent follower of the former president, are not on Truth Social at all. For the record, I have social media accounts on everything, including Truth Social, because I'm always interested in these kinds of things, and I want to check out every social media platform. I've never posted there, but sure enough, he is prolific on that platform in the same way that he was on Twitter when Twitter allowed him on. Now, think about this, though, on top of this, from Elon Musk's point of view. This is a total win-win for him, knowing that the president is not going to come back. Now, here's why. Because by allowing the former president back on the platform, Musk can uphold his image as a quote-unquote free speech absolutist, which he's absolutely not. No platform is absolute, with the possible exception of Gab, which is absolutely horrific. I canceled my account in under a week after I got invited to a literal neo-Nazi rally in upstate New York. But it's not. And you can ask Alex Jones, the conspiracy theorist there, who is still no longer allowed on that platform, still continues to be banned. Even Musk has come out and said there's no way he's bringing Alex Jones back. But on top of this, Musk also knows the business side of things, so if Trump did tweet, it would be sparingly at best because of the whole Truth Social issue. He would not cause that, for lack of a better term, ruckus that he did during his presidency. He was tweeting sometimes over 100 times a day, and it was very hard for everybody to basically keep up. So if you love the guy or that you hate the guy, and again, I'm not coming at this from a I love Trump or I hate Trump or anything in between, nor should you. This is objectively why he's not coming back to Twitter. Pretty much everybody can agree, though, that he's opinionated and he's controversial, right? Love him or hate him, you can say, oh, well, I love Trump, and, the left hates him, or the left's like, oh my God, I hate Trump, but he's controversial. There's really no in between here. So the question then becomes, and this is the last question I've really got, is Trump ever going to come back to Twitter? And, you know, and that is assuming that it's actually going to survive. I mean, it's got issues right now. I literally wrote an article called Why Twitter Will Die. It doesn't mean the platform is going to go and shut itself off, but I think it's going to become a ghost town. But assuming for a moment that that doesn't happen and Twitter survives and Twitter starts to thrive again, will he ever come back? I think the answer is personally yes, though he will have to be careful not to upset the value of Truth Social. He would really have to basically like sell his shares, divest out of that, or do something, and then he could do whatever he wants. Right now, Truth Social is anchoring him to that platform, and even when he brings it live, you know, we'll use easy numbers. If Truth Social went for $10 a share, and he said, "Screw this, I'm going to Twitter," and it drops to $1 a share, he has to answer to his investors as one of the major shareholders there. Not to mention the fact he's then losing 90% of his value or 40% or whatever it is. So the worst thing that he could do right now, I think the worst thing that the former president of the United States could do is start tweeting, especially tweeting like he used to. So he's not going to do this. If he's smart and by all signs, he has said publicly he's not going to touch Twitter, which again aligns with this logic. I think we're not going to see the former president on Twitter anytime soon, even though his account's unlocked, even though he could do it whenever he wanted, log back in and have at it. I don't think it's going to happen unless it's some kind of announcement that says, hey, check me out on Truth Social, or hey, check out my official campaign Twitter account. I think that's beyond that. I don't think we're going to see really anything else. And so that is my take on Donald Trump coming back to Twitter, because it's really been in the news lately, and as objective as I can make it. Love or hate the guy, you know this logic is sound. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP, where I own nothing of each. Same with YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.